Welcome back to Factorio Space Age. My name is Nilaus, and we have so many things we still want to do here, both on Gleba and on all the other planets. So thank you very much for following along this series. This series is going to go long. It's going to go very long, and it's just going to be absolutely glorious. We're definitely going to continue the game, and it's probably just evolve into a mega base of sorts at some point. But what do we do now? I was sitting sort of putting my notes together on what we should do today, and there were just a million things, but I think that the main thing we want to do is we want to take Gleba and then sort of start exporting things away from it. So what I did was I built my Gleba export, and what is it we want to export from here? Well, plastic is super easy, rocket fuel is easy. I don't have a lot of storage here, so we're going to build haulers, space haulers, but not right now. Carbon fiber is used somewhere else, so that's something we want. And then I also want to bring out the stack inserters, wanted to get that. And then we also want to do, what's the last thing I want to do, is bioflux. So those are the things that I want to export. Why bioflux? Well, that's because what we really want to do today is we want to capture a BITER nest. So we want to do BITER egg handling here, because that opens up a lot of new interesting tech. But it starts with a capture of a rocket, capture of BITER nest, and BITER nest that requires a capture bot rocket. I mean, I can't pronounce this, so I don't start giggling like a 10-year-old boy. But it needs bioflux. So this is something we want to craft on... What? Trash? Oh, this... Trash? Okay. Trash, does that mean what it recycles to? Oh, okay. Anyway, it says trash here. It becomes spoilage. But anyway, we capture rocket. Let's just call it a capture rocket. So we can get our own private biters. That's our objective, but there's a lot of stuff before that, because this is shot from a rocket launcher, and that means we need a rocket turret. So we have researched rocket turrets, but unfortunately for rocket turrets, we need more iron, so we don't have a constant production. So you can see like we need iron and copper in order to make rocket turrets, and then make that capture rocket, and then capture BITER. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to use this process here for, let's see, on the bacteria. It's very interesting, and I think it's a super unique way of doing iron bacteria here. What this basically does is you take one iron bacteria, and then in 4 seconds you can get 4 iron bacteria at the cost of 1 bioflux. That is a crazy fast production here. So let's start by making, well, you know, some of what we've already been doing before. A little location. In terms of some of the comments we've seen on, I've seen some for these things. Yes, I know there are a lot of problems with it, but as always, when it comes to Factorio, there are more problems than there are solutions. So at some point you have to choose: is this what I want to do now? Not if it's something I want to do at all, because definitely there's a lot of things. Like, let me just say the biggest thing here is too much stuff is put into storage, because I want to use belts, but then I put too much into storage, which means it's just decaying in storage. I want to make a no storage, just complete flow, but that's a project in and of itself. Right, what is this going to do? Well, it's actually producing quite a lot, 3 per second, so I think we want to output them, or what I really want is inbound here I have the bacteria, and outbound here I have the bacteria. That seems like a little bit of a complicated thing, isn't it? Because how am I gonna get the bacteria if I don't have it? And we're also gonna get the usual one around, which will have the 2 inputs, the bacteria, the bioflux, and the bacteria that we need. So let's go around here. And we're gonna need a lot of space for this. And there. Right. Now what? Now what? Okay, it's easy to get the inputs, so we can just get the inputs sort of like this. Ooh, that's not a lot of space. Okay, don't even know what I want to do. Hey, let's continue on the stacking. Ooh, epic quality. I so want it. I so want it. I also Spidertron. Don't really want it because we need to farm fish first. So we do need to farm fish. But first I want the stack inserters here. Let's doing these stack inserters without doing all of them makes no sense. So let's also do that. And oh, the fish. Oh, the tree farming is tree seeding. Yeah, that's like I'm gonna do that. Right. So if we get stuff inbound on the outer belt, that should be I will never get it on the output belt because this will actually be only 2 things. And I guess we need an extra output here. That one. And this will be bioflux and nutrients on the outside. Preferably nutrients on the outside and bioflux on the inside. There. So that's what we have on the outside. And then I want this one to go in. So how is it going to work? Man. It's weird. Because I'm going to be picking up stuff from the middle. And then I'm going to be outputting it here. Which is not a big deal. It's actually the other way around. I think I want it just so it's symmetrical. Input, input. Input, input. I promise you, this is going to be a good build. It'll end up being good. It might be silly right now, but it's going to be good. So, I will have... These two will merge together. And that will go in here. It actually needs to go a little bit up, because my plan is the stuff that comes out will then be picked up if I produce some bacteria. They go in here and then go back in and get fed, and therefore it sort of feeds itself. Easy. Easy. But it's not good enough, is it? No, because what if it runs out? What if it gets stuck and this will be idle most of the time, and then I need to pick something up, and I'm going to do that up here. Yeah, that will be... this should be the iron ore, even though it is producing... I will have some spoilage, yes. Yeah, I'll have some spoilage. So that will be picking up both iron ore and bacteria. Because we don't know that it transfers in 1 minute, it converts. So that's... Oh, this is not good. Let's get this out of the way. There. And then I also need a trasher here for the inevitable spoilage we get, which will be in a box like that. That's fine. It would be nice if I could also do this usual stuff here. Not sure I can. That will be for the spoilage. So I can take in here. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. I am deliberately leaving room for this because this is where I'm going to kickstart it. And what I mean by that is... Oh, that should keep all these at minimum, but this one needs to also be minimum. What if it runs out? What if I have no more bacteria? What am I going to do then? Then I need to get bacteria from here. And there is a process to make bacteria, and that is this one, which is a jelly coming in, and then it's a 10% chance of bacteria, which is not much, but also a lot of spoilage. So that's my best bet, and it comes from jelly. So I need to just request jelly in here. And that's a requester. Do we have a requester here? Okay, so that is requesting jelly in here. Only jelly inbound, obviously. That one. And nutrients will come from the outside well. So what this does is it goes in here, has a 10% chance of generating what I want, but that means 90% of what's going to put on the belt is junk. So I will also be able to, or will also have just other junk on this one, because this can also convert from the bacteria into iron ore. So I actually need to pick up at the end here, just in case bad stuff happens. I need to be able to pick up and deliver to here the stuff I don't want on this belt, and that is iron ore and it is spoilage, because iron ore I can't convert it, I need bacteria. So if it stands here and it gets converted by itself, spoils into iron ore, or it comes out of spoilage here from here, then just take it out and go send it around, because then it'll be picked up and thrown in here. Does it work? We have no idea. And also, I think we want to do something a little bit more magical that you could do for all of them. Like this thing here, it spoils so ridiculously quickly. that I don't want to pick it up unless it's going to be used. That means we now need to actually say this will read the content, so what is in here, and I will only swing when I have no bacteria in there. Right, so when I don't have any bacteria, then you're allowed to send it in. That's it. This one, flip here. These two, go over here. And then vertical flip here. Oh, right. Why not? Vertical flip there and there. So that's now all connected. It won't do anything. Now, what are we going to do? This one I don't want to request it all the time. I only want to request it when I what? Yeah. When I don't have anything on this belt. I want to make sure that I always have some bacteria on this belt. Really? Do I? Because I definitely don't want this to flow when it's full. But let's start going, and then we can make adjustments once it's going. Yeah. This is way too complicated. So we're gonna start by trying to kickstart it like this. It doesn't have any nutrients. Funny. I'm gonna do nutrients, and I'm gonna do that. But these need to be constrained as well, as usual. What? What's not working? Oh, silly me. That will be monitoring this belt. So we have all this as usual, and this will be outputting only when we have less than 50 on the belt. Less than 50. And the condition here is going to be the same, but for bioflux. Less than 50. Good. So don't output unless there's a deficit, and it works. It works. And this one keeps going. Ooh, it is not outputting. You know, actually I just need this to output everything. Even though it's going to be putting out a lot of other stuff. But the good news is that the recirculation of the bacteria here comes in, and it always goes in on the other belts. So even if this is just generating junk, I need to have a way to stop this. That's pretty obvious. And that is going to be, I will control where, if that is not working, if there's actually bacteria on the belt. That's the easiest way. So if there's bacteria on the belt, you disable that and you disable that. So this will only work when there's... Can you do this without circuit networks? I don't know. I don't think so. Dude. Oh, right. It's not monitoring the belt. Okay. Monitor the whole belt. That should shut this one off. It does not. No, it should shut this one off. Yes. And this will also be disabled only when bacteria is equal to 0. Which means now it's flowing. It's in a happy flow right now. Very happy flow. Light. Oops. Light. How do I put lights in here? Well, that's a problem. Asymmetric lights. Yucky. I'm gonna do lights up here then. We're gonna do this and pretend that this is what I wanted all along. Good. So we have light. Right. What are the conditions that wants it when it's idling? For example, when this one is full and everything has been converted from bacteria into iron ore, then it's full. Then I want to stop outputting more stuff in here. That seems valid, which means I'm going to take a belt from these two, because this is my storage for iron ore, and then that is going to be enabled when iron ore is less than 4,000, which means this thing here will stop working when it reaches 4,000. Then it will stop requesting here, and you really also want that. I don't like that I'm continually requesting Like this one will continue to request if there's iron bacteria. That means this one is just continuously working when just put some iron bacteria here on the belt. I also really think I want to disable that. I don't want to disable this as well, which is kind of difficult. Maybe I just... Yeah. Well, I think this is fine for now, because it's generating quite a lot. And once it's stable, we'll see if it also can stop. The thing is, what does it look like for copper? Exactly the same. So let's just make that. Here's the copper, and also here's the steady state. The steady state is now, there's no more requested out here. And yes, we'll still have something that will probably expire. Also remember to do these trash unrequested. That's always necessary. And also for here as well. Right, so this is continuously working, and that now it's idle. It'll just sort of pick up when it's necessary. So all of this will convert, and now it's sort of steady state. And then it will kind of try to request some things in here once in a while, and then it'll sort of make sure that it's ready to go. But if I just took a lot of iron here, then it would kickstart itself. And of course it needs to remove a lot of... Oh my god, I did not see that coming. Well, actually that's fine. Because as soon as something gets requested from here, then it will work again. Nice, okay. So that's not even a problem. There we go. And then it gets started again, and it kickstarts again as it sort of starts consuming. Let's put that in here again, and put that in here again. Good. Right, that was the first task. Perfect. What are we sending off? We're sending more science from here. Let's do the Gleba export. What do we want to export? We want to export also the new stack inserters that we don't have, and we're not going to be doing anything with yet, but I want 500 of those on every planet. Whoa, that's a little bit much. And I also want some bioflux, but bioflux needs to only go to Novice. So I'm going to do something different that I'll explain in a more detailed real tutorial at a later point. I want to have one of these for one group for every planet that exports to all other planets. But there might be something that I only want on one planet, then I don't want to export it to all planets. For example, the Tesla ammo. I don't want it on all planets, I only want it on Gleba. And worm killer stuff, I only want that on Volcanus, for example. So I'm gonna have one that says Novice import. So this is the stuff that only Novice is importing. But where it comes from, well, that kind of depends. So I'm going to take that, not one, but 1,000. And that could be other things that we want to import as well. And I'm going to be... Oh, I can't even... This is funny. I can't even specify where it's coming from. I can just say that you want it. Okay, but then when I add it to this one here, you're the one who will also carry that. I will take that as Novice import. And then it has to be specified that it's from here. Good. All right. So that should be okay. On the planet. There are nothing on the planet. Do we not have bioflux on the planet? Tumbling down the rabbit hole, right? I have 4.7. Why is it not on the planet? Because you're stuck at Novice. Don't go to Novice. Go to Gleba. It should not request here, but it should. I hope that the shipment is actually ready. There. This is where we set up. And then... Yeah. Okay. Good. And then I will do on Gleba, I will be ready to export the things that we need. So what we need to make as well, we could do rocket turrets as well here. If we want to make rocket turrets, then that would be a great place to make it. Because when we get attacked, it's going to be a little bit difficult. So when we want to make rocket turrets, we're actually in a little bit of a pinch. Because... we also need rocket ammo, so let's say that we want to make some good old-fashioned rocket ammo. Cool, that requires iron, we got it, and explosives. Well, explosives, you say. Explosives require coal and sulfur and water. We got water, we got sulfur, we do not have coal. How do we get coal? Well, this is producing 0.5, and these are producing, yeah, let's say a little bit less. Let's take 2 of these. And then... that's pretty much what 0.5 that we're consuming. Good. How do we make Coal. Well, there is this new recipe here, coal synthesis, that we just got, which is taking 1 sulfur, we got it, and carbon, we got it. Yeah, so that's kind of how we want to do coal from now on. That means we need just to hook this up, and I will be having, we'll be using this belt, I think. I love making these kind of small, cute designs. This should be just a little production. This is also what we can use on spaceships as well, because we'll have the same problem on spaceships. And what are we gonna get? This is a cute little build. I want some carbon, and I want some sulfur. And the only other thing here over here is the iron plates. Once we get that, and we also need some water, which we'll get here. There we go. So water comes in. That doesn't have coal, but it gets the coal from here. There we go. And it's working. It's producing at 0.46, and these are just alternating with putting a coal into each, and they should be able to keep them going because this is outputting 0.5, and each of those are consuming 0.25. So that means one coal, what the hell is it called? Coal synthesis can support 2. Great, we now have as many rockets as we need on this planet. Sweet. So now the first rocket turrets are done, and they are, well, they're building slowly because we need 4 rocket launchers to do that. But the good news is we can actually do that, and just let it work, because this is not something we actually need to do, or actually need to sit and wait on. And we are going to do, say that up here, and I have made this amendment to this blueprint. Please work. And I'm using shift arrow keys to nudge the blueprint. There. So what it does is it sets up a rocket turret and a little spawner there, a little requester there in the middle. And then we just do this. Perfect. And then I can do it all the way around. First rocket turret is placed and happy, and this one is set up to only shoot at the small strafer, medium strafer, large strafer, small stumper, medium stumper, and large stumper. Because these stumpers, they are pretty much, they're immune to anything but not electricity, that means Tesla gun, and not explosives. Well, they're kind of highly impact lasers and physical. So laser turrets, not so cool. We do have a lot of those, so that's useless because we have so much power here. The same with this one, no resistance against explosives. So with explosive turrets plus, they also have a really decent range. So you should start working, and these are set to ignore other targets. We don't want them shooting at anything else. And now we just have 60 of those. Oh, right. Logistics chest as well. Now it's time for us to head to Nilaus, because we need to make this the new rocket here. Final delivery on our little spaceship, our new clever export, is now working. And we're going to be forcing you to go to Nilaus, because that's the way we want to go. So while we're en route, we go to Nilaus, and then we also add another one here called Clever Export. That one. Every planet will now have that. So I'm going to add it also to Volcanus. This is how I control what goes in here. Clever Export. So this is the generic things that Clever is exporting that we now need on all the other planets as well. So this is when we set up a new planet, and we'll probably have the same thing for when we finally get the Aquilo online. Alright, we are back, and let's see, Clever Export. I am then dropping off at Nilaus. So now we're producing rocket turrets here on this planet as well, but we want to create one more thing, and that's the new capture rocket. Oops, capture rocket, it is out here. That one, capture rocket. So capture rocket is now requesting bioflux. So if it requires bioflux, always, anything that spoils, always do trash unrequested. It will turn into something else, but that's, it can't spoil it, but whatever. Doesn't matter, we got all the things we need, right? Oh, flying robot frames, I don't think we are stacking that in, yeah, so let's also make sure we put that into the network. We got the first of these rockets. Let me just pick it up here and figure out what we want to do with it. Good, we got 2 rockets, sweet. This is going to be a little bit of a challenge, because now we need to go out and kill biters without killing biters, which is always an interesting challenge. I'm going out here because I have found out that this is a good location. This is the closest BITER nest we have to the base. So I'm just going to take this one and then sort of defend it from everything else. Unfortunately, there can be like giant worms that can outrange our laser turrets. So I want to design a laser turret build in here. And I have just done a little bit of pre-work on this. Basically, I'm there. I'm using laser turrets because I don't have to deal with ammo. And I am going to get a substation in the middle. Good. This will kill the spawner immediately. So what I need to do is I need to add all the biters, but not the spawners. And then set ignore unlisted targets. So that means it will not shoot at anything that is not listed. Then I'll copy it to all the other ones. And this is now going to be a blueprint that we are going to be using here for expanding. So we're going to be slowly expanding out here. And we're going to be bringing robot ports with us. We're going to be making sure that we actually have coverage here. This doesn't need to... it doesn't need me nearby, but I'm going to be shooting these rockets for now. And we're still going to do this. Copy. And as we do that, it aggroes. Fine. Let's see if we're correct that it doesn't shoot. It shoots everything, but not that. Okay, good. Let's get another one of these up here. Let's get another of these buffer chests up here. And let me also just get more in here. And more. Okay, that was a bad place to put it. So I can shoot these ones here. Just making sure that I don't accidentally shoot that one, the one that we want. We can take the other ones out because they actually generate quite a lot of hit points here. Oh. And we just want to make sure that we delete everything that comes in as soon as it comes in. There, we have well protected our future capture spiders. You can see it gets deleted pretty quickly. Might actually take this a little bit out, just so that it has to walk a little bit before it can actually attack anything. Right, and now we still have... Okay, we actually made a lot of those on Gleba. Okay, so now I need to launch the rocket. I can do that in different ways. I can do that here. But actually, now that I think of it, wouldn't it be cooler to automate it? I mean, what is this game again? There. We're going to be requesting one rocket turret so we can optimize... we can set it up to automatically fire at this one if needed. Although, I do think I want to shoot it... No, optimization is always better. So we have a rocket turret, and I need to place it in the correct range. This will be only shooting at spawners. I don't know which one it is, but it's a... Okay, it's a BITER spawn. It's a BITER spawner. Cool. Ignore unlisted targets. I don't want it shooting at anything else. And what is it going to shoot? It is going to shoot that one. Yeah, sweet. So we are gonna capture this one slowly, and oh, it actually says the metrics for it. Then we're gonna be requesting the stuff that we want inbound, because we do need something inbound here. We need to feed it, and we will also get something outbound as a reward. We'll get BITER eggs outbound as a reward for our hard work. It's now hungry. I don't know what. Oh, it's a. Okay, interesting. We need to feed it bioflux, and then we have to trash unrequested, otherwise it doesn't work. So you can see that it actually just loses health quite rapidly if it doesn't have a constant supply of bioflux. So, yeah. And if it dies, then it actually doesn't die, it just reverts back to a hostile one, which I think is good, because if you died, then just one delivery, and then you sort of have to go out and find new BITER nests, which is not so easy. So, come on. There's 100 inbound. Where are they? Come on. Here they come. BITER nest. Oh, look at that. It's happy. And it starts producing. So there's no modules, no nothing here, but it's now consuming some bioflux. And we have, what did it produce? 5 BITER eggs? 5 BITER eggs per 10. So it's 2 per second. Okay, so 2 BITER eggs per second. That's kind of a lot. No, 2 seconds per BITER egg. Never mind. It's still a lot. And it should also heal. Yes, it's healing now. Great. So we just need to keep this going. And if we run out of bioflux, we are screwed, because then it reverts. But it's also well defended. The only thing that happens is that when the behemoth worms decide to start expanding over here, then bad stuff happens. What is the range of the behemoth worms? They have range 48. What is the range of you? It is 36. Oh, we need a good one to outrange that. Can it actually be done? No, it needs a legendary to outpace. Oh, that sucks. Anyway, now what do we got? We got some new research, didn't we? Ooh, we got, after the BITER research, we got the croissants, the BITER croissants. Yummy, yummy. Then we have Biolabs. They are amazing. Look at that. I mean, what are we looking at? We're looking at the fact that it says research speed is fast, yes, but the main one is resource pack drain. That's ridiculously good. That means it's just every science pack lasts twice as long. Then we can also do overgrowth soil. That is, sure, that's nice. When anything else, and we can do the productivity module 3 because that requires BITER eggs. So that means productivity module 3 has to be done here, because what happens with these BITER eggs if we're not consuming them? Yeah, let's not actually get so many here. They will spawn into medium biters, big biters, in 30 minutes. So let's start using for something. So we now have the productivity 3 researched, and we can then set it up here. There. And we can then also request some BITER eggs inbound, which is always going to be fun to have that lying around. Do we want 100? No, let's get 20. It's probably not really going to be a lot. Do we just not have any? Oh no, we do have it. Okay. Yeah, we're getting something in, and we're getting that in. But then that means these are potentially going to spawn right here. That's not great. That one, and also getting this filter changed. And then how many do we want? 500? Well, 500 of the other ones, but that's yeah, 500. So we want the maximum of 500 of this. Great, and we're working on Biolabs. So let's see if we can get in. That means we get better productivity, and these productivity modules are now plus 6%. Okay, so this is really a long haul to get us to a better productivity. That is crazy how difficult it is compared to how it used to be. And we have now the Biolabs research. We're going to be immediately trying to make a Biolab, or many Biolabs. So we're going to be making a Biolab here, and all the things that are inbound. So BITER eggs and capture rockets. Capture rockets also require the bioflux, so we do need to keep going with this. We probably need to make more there, which means there's a constant demand for this, which might be a problem if we... Well, anyway, we'll keep going this. Okay, so this is super important. I need to get my quality modules in here. I do not have quality modules, but stuff is dropping in. That could also mean that we are getting deliveries from... Well, that's just science. Okay, so let's see. We are going to get this inbound, and unfortunately, when this one gets recycled, then it... yeah, when it gets recycled, it just gets recycled back to itself. It doesn't get recycled back to a better recipe. So that's kind of something we need to keep in mind here. Let's actually do that. And then here I will be outputting if it is a... Let's be super ambitious about this. Let's just say when it is quality uncommon or less. There. Then we just throw it away. Throw it away. Off you go. There. And we got this. There. There. Perfect. But if you are better quality... Let's request this in. Then I'm going to set you up here in a better quality. And I will also be requesting... Because once this one recycles into itself, then it's most likely recycling into something useful. So I'm going to be requesting it up there again. That one will be requesting Biolabs of quality uncommon or less. 10. Yeah, 10 of those. Why is there no minimum? Oh, uncommon or less. Ah, right. Uncommon. There. And normal. To 5. And we did not need a maximum 5. There we go. So they will be requested in here and thrown in, and then I'm gonna get a Yeah, that's only for rare quality. No, rare quality or above, because we're gonna get epic soon. Alright, here we go! Roll the dice. We got it! The first one! The first of hopefully many. Ta-da! That is amazing. Also, without beacons or anything, it's 12.2 speed. And if we look at these with beacons, they are 12.7 speed. They have productivity 12 with 2 of these modules in. This one. We can now get better modules, which will now give us 40% productivity. Plus, it's twice as effective because it only uses half as much science pack. So this is just a monumental improvement. And therefore, we're going to be using this area for making that. But that's something we're going to be setting up as I roll the dice a lot more times to get a few more to set up. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. We have now BITER tech unlocked, and really everything that we really want from Gleba is now unlocked and available, and we can start scaling up on other planets. So in the comment section, please let me know which planet you want me to revisit to sort of improve based on what we did before, because every single one needs massive improvement, and we're going to do improvements before we head to Aquilo. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time, take care and stay effective.